everyone. I'm going to go ahead and start our recording. Welcome, welcome. It's November 2nd. Can you believe that we're already in November? October seemed to be a really long month. I don't know if you guys felt that way, but it was an exciting month. As you may have experienced in your own personal organization, your own business, Scentsy again had their all-time highest month, and our group did as well. And so I want to share some of those numbers for you guys before we get into actual training, just making sure that I let everybody in, because there's people still coming in as we speak. So just give me a second. If I don't let them in on time, it's because I'm looking at numbers. All right. So first of all, welcome to our Magical Monday call. You may be wondering why I call it that. It's because in normal society, Mondays are not a happy day. Okay. Usually it's what people dread, and they're not looking forward to it. But the cool thing about Scentsy is that there's always something fun and exciting to look forward to. And you get to literally have like a reset for your business every single month. And if it didn't work out the way you wanted it to last month, you're able to say, you know what? I'm going to push myself a little harder this month. I'm going to set some more goals. I'm going to break them down a little bit more detailed and see what I can do. And again, it's all our own actions, our own goals that we're setting. Nobody's setting them for you. Nobody's telling you have to do something. You don't have to do something. Sometimes that can be a bad thing, because some of you like need that direction, which is why it's good that you show up to calls like this, because you might hear something that gives you an idea of what what you could be working on in the month and what type of goals you could be setting. So before we start training, I always like to call, it's called housekeeping, just basically to kind of make sure you know what's going on in the Scentsy world. I'm always going to ask you to make sure you're checking your news tab in your dashboard, your training center, regularly. And the reason why is because there's always something to be updated, something popping out. We have a lot of LTOs coming in the next 2 months. So you've got to be on top of it if you want to be able to take advantage of all of them. Sometimes there are some people that the LTOs are their everything in their business, that's what is getting them thriving and able to connect with people and to really share the business opportunity with them and so forth. So it's important to know what's available. So one of the updates that we got today was Delay holiday warmers will be launched November 5th. So what those are is Deck the Halls warmer, Crystal Christmas mini warmer, and 2 All Good Night mini warmer. And then there isn't a specific, hi Crystal, there isn't a specific date announced yet for the Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse holiday Scentsy buddies. So it does say late November. I believe that they had an estimate at one point, and that's why we're all kind of expecting it to be today or yesterday. But things have been changing. COVID really still is controlling like shipping and when things are coming in, and it's affecting other businesses that we actually work with that helps us run our business, meaning like supplies and shipping organizations, what have you. And so we have to remember that just like our businesses, we can't do this alone. That's why we want to grow a team so we can do it together and be stronger. It's the same thing with our company. Our company has to have other partnerships with other companies to provide the things that we need in order to provide our products and our business opportunities. So that when you see a delay or you see out of stock or back order, just understand that Scentsy does everything humanly possible. We actually got a number is that they did over 13,000 extra, that was an exaggeration, 1,300 overtime hours last month with their employees trying to keep up with our our business, how much we're working our businesses to keep up with the shipping and the filling in products and stuff. So just know that they're doing everything possible. It's not from lack of caring, lack of being on top of things. You know, they say how it takes a village to raise a child. It's the same thing. It takes a village to run a business. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Again, is about why and how you could be building a business. But let's go ahead and see what else we could be. Our bricks were announced yesterday, excuse me. And if you've never been around when we've had bricks, what they are is 17 ounces of one fragrance in a big jumbo. I should have grabbed a brick. I think I have one right here. Hold on. If you're not a part of the, if you're not a part of the Scent of the Month Club, if you're brand new, welcome, by the way. I'm Jess Markowitz, in case you don't know who I am. And it's significantly different size, 17 ounces versus 3.2 ounces. So you could see the difference. Why would they want a brick? Because they absolutely love the scent. You'll see the difference in size in cubes as well. So these are significantly bigger. So what we do is a lot of people will cut them in half with just like a butter knife because it's such a soft cube. Obviously our wax is very soft, and distribute it. If you have a big warmer with a big dish, you can put one if you like a lot. But that is why people will buy bricks when they absolutely love a scent. It's a little bit less than the price of a 6-pack. So it's about 5.5 bars. That's technically what it is. And you get it for only 24. So you're getting basically the same amount of wax, a little bit, couple ounces less, but as a 6-pack for only $24. And then there's also a bundle that they can get for $40, which is a good deal. We also have our hand soaps bundles. I hope that those are great gifts for, you know, just small little gifts to teachers, to, I don't know, your boss, your employees, if you work somewhere else, things like that. And then of course the warmer, the surprise warmer that came out, the Bring Snow Much Love, is already sold out. Again, I always encourage you guys to look at the perspective of that's a good thing. I know it could be frustrating if you had an order and you didn't get on time, you didn't get it in. Look at it that you're in the right company right now with high demand, okay? And that we have an opportunity to truly maximize our business during this hyper growth. And we also have the holiday gift guide. That's something, that's a tool for you to be marketing on your VIP pages, on your business pages. And because here's the thing, how many times does Christmas time come around and all of a sudden, what am I going to get this person? Or there's a random person that you're like, darn, now I have to get them a gift because I'm going to their party or whatever. You just have no idea. So this breaks down the different ideas for good prices. So that'll be right on your workstation, on your website, I'm sorry. Did the 3 scents that were in the Christmas brochure come and go already? You know what? I haven't looked myself for that specific. If you just go to your website and go to the holiday collection, if somebody already knows, I'm just going to do it while I'm talking and see if that's gone. Somebody said they saw them this morning. So no, they're still there. They're the Let's Let It Snow bundle of 3-pack of bars. Very good. I've gotten a couple of the bundles. They're really good bars. So no, that's still available. But you know what? The easiest thing to do, guys, is literally just pop on your website so you can see what's available, what your clients are seeing. And then you're going to be able to go, oh, darn. Okay. Now I know the Melt My Heart is out of stock and the Nativity is out of stock. And so you're not out there promoting something that isn't available. Now, I'm not sure if you know, but you can buy stickers in the Scentsy Success store, the Scentsy store, that says out of stock or back order, or you can just print off small little Avery labels and stick them on your brochures. So if you are still giving those flyers out, which you should if you have them, because there is stuff still available, you just want to put sold or back order or whatever, so they don't fall in love with something that you can't provide for them. The one thing I will say is that, again, it's all perspective. You can say, oh, I don't want to show it to them because most of the things are sold out. But again, if you look at it as, wow, they're going to realize when you post, get your pre-orders in now, or please make sure you pop on my website, you know, early on because things sell out fast. All it's doing is verifying that you're not trying to just sell them something or try to make them buy something faster than they need to. You're validating that, oh, wow, she or he really meant it when they said this might sell out. I should get my pre-order in. And so the next time you have something coming, they're going to believe you and they're going to get their order in. Okay. So that's just pretty much what I want you guys to think about. I did yesterday, but didn't see them. But no. Okay. Yeah, the small labels, like you can get the ones that are like the return labels that I don't even remember I think it's like, oh, return labels are $51.95, I think, from Avery. So you could just get creative with that. And because here's the thing, guys, if you have like 50 flyers still left or 25 still left, and you've got a lot of them are sold out or backordered, you're going to probably want to print some stickers off, right? Unless you buy them. All right, let's get back to what is going on with Scentsy. I want to remind everybody we're still in an incentive period. We still have 2 full months to earn as many points as possible. And I get a report from home office every week, actually. And this is a report that upper level directors have been begging for years, that we don't get to see who's earning these if you're not in, if we are not your director. So since I have directors in the organization, they can see who's promoting in their teams, but I can't see, so I can't congratulate them. So they think that I don't care or whatever. They probably don't, but that's the way I want to know that I can congratulate them too. And so we now get a report with everybody in our downline. So I wanted to announce really fast. So far, we have Sandy Colley. She's earned level 1. Michelle Brooks has earned level 1. Brittany Levine has earned level 1. And there's, like I said, still 2 months full of opportunity. So if you are, or someone on your team, you haven't discussed or looked at the incentive qualifications or what it's about, I will encourage all of you that do have teams to know that most people do kind of just check themselves out and assume they're not going to be eligible. So we have to be talking to them about those incentive points, because there are people that literally earn the trip in 1 month. I know it sounds crazy, but it happens. So you don't want to not give them the opportunity to, you know, start off with a bang. And maybe that's something they've been striving for their whole lives, is to bring their family to Disney World. So they just start gangbusters as soon as they start, when they know that that's something they can earn. It may give them the courage to start talking about sponsoring. It may give them the courage to ask every single person to join, host, and buy. Don't lead with your fears. As a sponsor, a lot of times that happens. And as a consultant, we lead with what we think is what everybody feels. Like, we think that spending $100 is a lot of money, so we don't ask them or show them more because they've already spent $100. Or we don't talk about the hosting opportunity because we already pre-qualified them as too busy to do a party for us. Or the same thing with sponsoring. We pre-qualify people thinking, oh, I'm not going to talk to them because they have enough things going on. They make enough money, this, that, and whatever. And you just assume that they don't need the opportunity. So we can't do that as well when it comes to incentive trips. You know, oh, well, they just started, so I don't want to talk to them about that. So you're basically pre-qualifying, thinking that it's not possible for them. Just because you've been around for a while and you haven't possibly earned the points that you were anticipating, it doesn't mean your brand new team member won't. Okay. I just want you to know that. And we do a leadership training every morning. And I was talking to a bunch of the leaders in our organization about how, oh gosh, I just lost my train of thought, people. Give me 1 second. This happens a lot. I'm sorry. Oh gosh, I wish I could rewind what I was just talking about. It'll come back to me. Anyways, I want you to, the most important and exciting part of being a sponsor and being a leader is watching other people thrive. and achieve these things. I was talking to them about it's lonely at the top sometimes. And so when you're the only one achieving these great things, you think that it's great. Yes, it's an achievement. Yay, I earned the trip, or yay, I promoted to this, or I made this amount of money on my paycheck, or whatever you're celebrating. But when nobody else in your organization is celebrating, you get lonely, and it's kind of like, okay, that's all great and good, but we need to see people in our teams achieving. That's the real celebration, is when you see other people. And so I was just talking to Director Nina Mancuri today, and I asked her, can I please share that one of your team members earned the trip? And she's like, of course. And I was saying, I'm like, I'm so excited for her to be able to experience the feeling of seeing her team members achieve these things, because it's definitely the most rewarding. Okay, so check your news tab as always. We have all these new products coming out. I strongly encourage you to, if you have to put an alarm in your phone once a day or something, just to be looking, because you don't want to be the consultant that says, oh, I didn't know that was available. And here's the thing, guys, I know this is going to break your heart, but it's the truth. Your clients most likely are being marketed by other people they know that are Scentsy consultants. They may be loyal to you, but they see things that other people are doing. And when they come to you to place the order and you're like, I had no idea that was around and it's already sold out, you're going to feel a little like, darn, I'm kind of not, I'm not following through as a consultant. So here's the thing. I can be very transparent with you guys, because people that aren't looking to build a business are not going to sit on a training call. So so every one of you that I'm speaking to wants to grow a business, wants to serve your clients, wants to also help your team members grow and build a business. So I don't have to worry about offending anybody, because if they're just smart shoppers and just seriously shopping for themselves, they're not on these calls. Okay. But they may end up seeing one and think about it differently. Like, hey, man, I know a few people that might want products that I have available. Maybe I should tell people I'm a Scentsy consultant, because, we serve because we care, right? We share because we care. So again, are we looking at our business arrows in or arrows out? We are in a business of service. We serve our clients, we serve our hostesses, and we serve our team members. We help them grow and support them in whatever level of goals that they're seeking. All right. So I am not as thorough with what's going on with Scentsy, because I feel that you guys have all the resources to go and see what's going on with Scentsy, and I can just encourage you to do that. So if I missed anything that's going on that is important, maybe you guys can share it at the end. But I want to spend the majority of the time talking about our subject, which is sponsoring. And last week was sponsoring as well, but this is such a big topic that there's always more to share and more to discuss. And so last week we shared a little bit about things we could be doing to build a list of people. And I wanted to go further into meeting people. How are we going to meet people that are strangers, that and how would we introduce them to the business? I'm just checking the, oh, sorry, it's the same thing. If you are on Facebook, just, I always like to do a little disclaimer. If you're on Facebook on the live, I can't watch the questionnaire or the questions. So if you have a question, I can answer it later, or jump on the Zoom and put it in the chat so I can actually see, because I can't have two screens up. And as you guys see, I get distracted easily. So definitely do that, or just comment and I'll answer the questions later. All right. So sponsoring. First, let's talk about, again, I know we talked about last week, but there's some people on here that weren't on last week, and I just want to reiterate the things we talked about. So we talked about why we should sponsor. Sponsoring is about working smarter, not harder, okay? And it's also going to give you the true ability to expand and maximize your capacity to maximize the compensation plan. So the idea is, why earn a certain amount when you can take advantage of all of the compensation that's available? Okay, and so what are those compensations? There is a personal wholesale volume bonus that you get once you achieve certain levels of lead and above. You can start getting money off of your own wholesale volume of PRV. So if you don't know what wholesale volume is, it's 75% of your PRV. And that's where team wholesale value comes in. And then the personal wholesale volume is your personal PRV times 75%. And you get a percentage off of that, depending on what title you are. Now, the higher you go, this is the only percentage that actually goes up. All of the other ones go down as you start to go jump the scale in titles. And you may be thinking, well, then why do I want to promote if my percentages actually go up? Or why would I want my team members to promote if my percentages go lower? The reason why is because the higher title you go up, the more people you are growing in your organization and the more volume you are bringing in. Okay. So even though you get, let's say 9% on your certifieds and essentials, if they promote to a higher level, it's going to drop down to, I think, 7% as a lead. And it may make you go, on paper, when you look at it, say, well, why do I want them to promote? It's because they are recruiting a team. And that volume, they can do a lot more volume with other people than them by themselves. It's the same thing with, why would I recruit my best customer when I can make 25 to 30% commission off of what they, what their order is. But when you think about it, if they become a consultant and start selling to their friends and family, that one order of maybe $60 is going to turn into maybe a wholesale volume of a couple $100. Okay. I hope you guys are following that. This is very detailed. I like to kind of just cross the board, like blanket it. But if you need more specifics, if you're really struggling with understanding the compensation plan, I really encourage you to set up time with your director or myself. Okay. Because why are we here? We all joined to either make money or save money or both, right? And so if we're not understanding how to do that, we're not accomplishing that initial goal. Okay. So we need to make sure that you at least have that down. Now, obviously, the higher you go up, there's more details, but we need you to understand at least what it means to get to the next level and why, and what is in it for you. That's what everybody, your customers and your team members, want to know, is what is it in it for me if I join or if I promote. Okay. All right, but let's talk about how are we going to meet new people, especially because we are in a different world right now. We used to say, hey, go to the grocery store and buy a banana just to get in front of people and, talk to people in line and start up very genuine conversations. You could still do that, but you're going to have a mask on. So with that we have this kind of barrier right now. It's very important to think about, if you're really looking to grow your business and to meet new people, how can we brand ourselves with still the mask on our face? So if I was in a store, what kind of connections am I going to get? I'm going to get people that love Jesus talking to me. And I'm also going to get people that know what Scentsy is, right? Or if they don't, they may ask me the question. But will they immediately do that? No. Even if they want to know, or they love Jesus too, it's very likely they're not going to start the conversation with you. It's just the way people kind of, unless they're a very outgoing person, which they're, there's more shy people in the world than outgoing, just, you may be one of them. But what are some conversations we can start up? Okay. They may have a mask on that has a funny little thing saying on it, or it's cute. It has Hello Kitty or something. Compliments will get you far. Compliments will get you far. So if you see something that impresses you, and again, I might be there, a lot of you that come on these calls, Again, it might be stuff that you hear about all the time, but I want you to ask yourself, am I doing it? And am I doing it consistently? Okay. So if you just went through your brain saying, I've heard you say this before, Jess, you know, give them a compliment, blah, blah, blah. But are you doing it? Okay. And then remember that there's new people on this call. So be genuine with your compliments. Don't tell somebody that you love their hair if you really don't, because unless you were like an award-winning, Academy Award-winning actress and you can really make it sound genuine, I still encourage you not to do it unless you really feel that way. Because you don't want to build a relationship off of lies, do you? Right? You're thinking about this person potentially being in your life, being a loyal client, hopefully in the future, hosting with you, and or the biggest goal that we all should be focusing on is finding our newest business partner in the business. And it's not going to feel very good. You're going to feel icky if you started off with a lie, right? So I'm sure ladies tend to compliment themselves better. More consistently. And so it's easy to compliment somebody, right? Even when you're shy, because it feels good to make other people feel good, right? So pay attention to your surroundings, okay? If you're standing in line or even walking and somebody's standing in the line, do yourself a favor. If something spots your eye, if you can just stop and compliment somebody and say, oh my gosh, that color looks amazing on you. And even if you are in a hurry and you can't start any other conversation with them, you can't keep the conversation going, start the habit of, if it comes to your mind, do it. And some of us call it the spirits coming to you and saying, hey, they prompt you to go talk to that person. Some of you call it intuition. Some of you call it your gut. Whatever it is to you, if you have a thought in your mind that is a good, positive thought of complimenting somebody or mentioning some type of connection of like, oh, I'm a 49ers fan too. Love them. Go Niners. And you keep walking, you're starting you're putting it out in the universe for service. Okay. You're starting that momentum. And guess what's going to happen? It's going to start being easy for you. You're going to start looking around and noticing things about people, and you're going to start to see that you relate to a lot of people. There's a lot of, like, I live in Vegas. There's a lot of Golden Knights fans out there. You could literally you can't go 5 feet without seeing somebody with some type of Golden Knights, something, their car, their shirt, there's something. Okay. So I love my Golden Knights too. So I can automatically connect with that. Okay. So when you see people sponsoring on a regular basis, there is specific behavior that's happening. It's called being intentional. It's being intentional, okay? But again, it has to be on a genuine standpoint. You generally want to start building relationships. And again, it may not ever go to the point that they buy, host, or join with you at all. But what's going to happen with you? You're going to become more comfortable with talking to people and complimenting them. And I actually shared the United We Rise group page on both of my pages, my group page and my team page. I really want you guys to watch this man. Scott Watson, he is a brilliant business mind. And one thing that he talks about is that because people want to hear, they want to talk about themselves. Okay. One, they want to be complimented because you can never get too many compliments, right? It builds your confidence, but they also want to talk about themselves. Okay. And you may not be that kind of person. So you're like, I don't, but let me tell you, the majority of people do. So let them talk about them. So by opening a conversation with a compliment, your kid is darling. Oh my gosh, I wish my kids were 2 years old again, or whatever. It's going to give them an opportunity to brag on their kids or whatever. And if you talk about what they are doing, like they may be checking you out at Kohl's or something. So you know that they work at Kohl's. You may ask a question like, oh, do you do this full time? Is it, will I see you here the next time I shop? Or are you here on certain days? Because you're awesome and I'd love to come back to your checkout counter. Oh, actually, I'm only here on Mondays. Oh, okay. So you're getting more information, right? Because follow-up is everything, guys. we could start a great conversation and get to the point of them figuring out, like they might read what's going on here, and then you build the conversation, and then they feel more confident to talk to you about what's going on here, whether it's Jesus or Scentsy. Okay. So it's important for us to leave the ball in our court. And what that means is have some type of a system that you have in place to follow up. And it may not be you ask them for their phone number right there, then and there. Your system can be, how am I going to follow up? Oh, I asked them, I complimented their service. I said, I want to come and I want you to check me out next time. And when can I come see you again? At the restaurant or the checkout at the grocery store or whatever, and intentionally follow up. Okay, Cindy Sue works on Mondays at Kohl's. Okay, I need to make sure that I follow up with Cindy Sue in 2 weeks on Monday, and intentionally go in there and buy me some slippers or something, or just go browse and intentionally run into Cindy Sue. Okay. One thing that Scott also did is he talked about sponsoring takes time. Okay. It's very, very small amount of time that, or percentage, I'll say, that when somebody, you talk to them about the business opportunity, they're going to like, oh, great. That sounds awesome. Sign me up. Okay. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It does, but it's a very rare situation. It's time. It takes time. I shared with you guys last month that in September, I sponsored 5 people, and last month I sponsored 2. The ones I sponsored in September, I had been talking to all 5 of them for years. Okay. No, sorry. 4 of them for years. The other one had a relationship with my sister. So that relationship was built already somewhere. Okay. So I kind of got a jump start. The people I sponsored last month, only one of them I met didn't know from Adam. Okay. That was a fluke. That is not something that's going to happen all the time. Okay. So I don't want you guys thinking that if the person doesn't join, then it's a dead duck. It's not the case at all. You still have to grow that relationship and dig more about how you can add value with Scentsy into their lives. And right now, today, November 2nd, there may be nothing that Scentsy can do for them as far as adding value in their lives as a business today. But what happens tomorrow or 6 months from now, we don't know. Their lives can completely be changed, right? And their circumstances change. So that's why follow-up is so, so important. So let's go back to Cindy Sue at Kohl's, okay? We know when she works. We know that she also works somewhere else possibly, okay? What are some things that we could be doing to make sure that we don't forget about Cindy Sue? I have some veterans on here, so I want you guys to that have sponsored regularly. You know, you've built a team. What are some things that are important to do that is going to help you follow up with your team people that are your potential people that you meet out and about, especially from basically you don't know them from Adam. So Melissa says she has a list and she uses it. Okay. So I'm glad you shared that, Melissa, because that's where I was going to go. It is so important that you have a list of everybody you've talked to about the business opportunity, as well as a list of people that are potential conversations. So if you have a brand new cold, we call that cold, okay? You haven't even gotten to the business opportunity yet. Maybe they didn't even pay attention to Jesus or Scentsy, okay? But they paid attention to a conversation you had, all right? Nina says the list of 100 and her hot list. So these are all things that we could be connecting, okay? So her hot list is people that have either very clearly said that they're interested, but they're not quite ready yet. So that's a hot list. Or you've learned information about them that you can plug Scentsy in several places, meaning, oh, I'm kind of shy. Now, most of you would say, well, a shy person isn't somebody I would probably introduce the business to because they're shy. Do you know that the higher percentage of successful business owners in Scentsy are shy? because what happens is that we're able to communicate in the way we choose to, that makes us comfortable. Okay. Social media, it's like a blanket. It's like, I could pretend like I'm outgoing, but I'm really not, right? But also the personal growth that happens here. I'm going to plug Scott probably a ton today, because I was just like, yes, brother, yes, when he was talking, because he just pinpointed it all, is that we are literally in the business of self-development, personal development. It's a free course of personal development. If you tap into the business, into what's available, you are going to grow on a personal level, and then your business is going to grow with you. Your business only grows as much as you do. Okay. So if you want to get to the next level, you can't be doing the same things and having the same mindset that you did up until this point. There has to be growth. There has to be more knowledge that's built and more skill level in order to build to the next level. Okay. Melissa said she started using Google Forms to ask indirectly. Absolutely. Absolutely. You will be so blown away how somebody that you first of all, didn't even know, and it helps you understand them before you even talk to them. If you send a Google Doc out to somebody in your party that's, in Texas and you live in Nevada, it kind of like breaks the ice for you. They already tell you if they're interested or not. If you get a hard zero, it's going to be a little bit, you're going to be more, you're going to talk to them in a little bit differently. I'm not saying that you don't ever have to talk about the business opportunity with them, because it may be a hard zero now, but they're going to be on your cold list, right? And you're going to mark that where they're at. You know where they're at right now, but it doesn't mean you don't have to revisit them, because let me tell you how many people are on my team right now that were hard nosed for a long time. And Melissa was one of those for her sponsor. I love when she says, I was a hard no for a long time. But her circumstances and whatever that may be, her mindset, whatever it may be, something changed. And if her sponsor stopped offering and revisiting it, she wouldn't be here today. And all the people in Melissa's organization wouldn't be here today. And Melissa wouldn't have been able to bless people with adding value to their lives. So if you think about it that way, you think about you're literally offering an opportunity to add value to people's lives, it's a lot easier to share. But if you're thinking about it as, I want to grow my team, I know I'm plugging this a lot lately, but I really want you guys to understand how influential, but it could be in a bad way, if we're looking at growing the team by saying, I want to grow my team. Instead, let's look at it. I want to bless people with this opportunity. Okay. You may not think that way. You may not think about blessing, but giving an opportunity, offering opportunity, whatever your verbiage and your mindset and what works for you in your brain. I want you to look at it that way instead. Nina says she also has a virtual drawing slip. Cindy has drawing slips. If you don't know what a drawing slip is, it's us old timers in Scentsy. We used to have okay, so Scentsy Cindy Scentsy has it. It's literally a drawing slip. And anybody that comes to her booth at her events, or she meets walking around doing her normal everyday whatever, she will offer them an opportunity to win free Scentsy by filling out her drawing. So this is the skill that she's built, that getting the ball in her court. So people love free things, right? They love free things. So if you have a conversation, and we're back to Cindy Sue, right? Or Susie Q, or whatever I called her, I don't know, at Kohl's, and nothing happened as far as getting to the Scentsy conversation. You literally just got as far as chatting and complimenting her kid in line that she's so cute, whatever. But what you could always, when you look at yourself as a business owner and you have something to offer, so I want you to ask yourself that. Do I really feel I have something to offer? Because if you don't, it's going to be hard, okay? And I really strongly suggest for you to reach out to your upline so they can kind of help you figure out why you don't feel that way. And it's usually some insecurities on your end. And it's maybe just some skills that have to be built that'll help you with that confidence, okay? But when you look at Scentsy as definitely a resource to add value, and it could be in many different ways. It doesn't always necessarily have to be money. Now, that is the higher percentage of people. They're looking for extra money, but there are some people that they drink money. They don't need money, okay? But they still have something that they're lacking, and Scentsy can provide that. Or, you know, a culture, a Scentsy family, sisterhood, brotherhood, whatever. So by finishing that conversation as a confident business person, because we have men and women on here, and saying, you know what, I do a monthly drawing for my business. You are just so fun to meet. I would love to put you in my drawing, and because I really hope you win. Well, what do? What is this about? Because you've already broken the ice. They already like you. They already have a little back and forth going on with you. They know you're not some crazy person. They know you're a real person that's, you know, you had maybe a 2-minute conversation, if that, but at least the icky part is gone. The stranger, you've pilled me enough to be able to say, and it's really delivery, guys. It's delivery. If you're like, do you want to fill something out for me? Again, for me. But if you say, hey, another compliment, you are just so fun. You made this line that was going to be, you know, seem forever to stand in a lot faster. Thank you for chatting with me. I would love to enter you in my drawing. Well, what do you mean your drawing? What do you do? What is it about? And they're going to be they want more. What is it? What do you do? So you're literally inviting them to ask what you do and what do I do? Free? What am I going to win? What is that about? And you have a chance to offer that. And it might be like, hey, if you don't know what Scentsy is, jot down your information and I'm going to shoot you a text and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. And again, confidence has to be there. And if your confidence isn't there yet, that's okay, because the way Jess talks right now is not the way I did when I first started, okay? That confidence was not there. It's time, it's doing over and over and over again, and it's just what you do. It's just what you do, okay? Let me see. Okay, so Shauna says, Nina says, another way is just posting something like, if you have the opportunity to join for half price or even free, would you? I was shocked at who I actually saw respond and private message me. Yes. You know, we really don't know who that person is. You know, social media is a great tool, but it's also sometimes a deceiving tool, because we think that everybody seems fine, happy, wealthy, whatever the things we think that they would never want. We don't know what's really going on in their lives, okay? So when we send a blast out there to the world, the person that is really hurting in some place, it's not just financially, that might appeal to them. Because what are they doing? I don't think a lot of you realize that you're being watched. And that might kind of seem creepy to you, but Facebook, if you're on Facebook, let's face it, you're being watched. And your energy and what you put out, people are paying attention to. If you're having a blast and you're having fun with what you do, I have to use Melissa Henning as an example. She is so brilliant with turning her personal life and blending her Scentsy life into it in a very, very brilliant way and fun way that it makes you want to see what she's going to do next. If you haven't seen if you're not friends with her on Facebook, you don't know what I'm talking about. But for instance, we have the Villains Warmer, right? Well, she posted different Halloween costumes of her in the different villains costumes and asked, like, which one am I going to be this year? It makes you go, oh, I want to see the other one. You want to get involved with what she's doing, but she's marketing unconsciously to the viewers, because when she talks about the Villains Warmer or whatever she does, it's not going to be like, oh, she's marketing to me. It's going to be like, oh yeah, it makes sense to them, because she's already sprinkling in and getting them excited and seeing who is interested in villains or Disney or whatever. So and you may not be that way. I don't dress up like villains. I can't do that. But you can, in your own way, find your way to sprinkle Scentsy into your everyday life. If you guys look at Facebook, I am very, very specific with my marketing is on my VIP page and my business page. I sprinkle Scentsy on my personal page. I know that there's a lot of very successful people in Scentsy that they say everything needs to be on your regular page. If that works for them, great. But if you're if you're the kind of person like me, you want to separate a little bit, you're going to get a little bit more people paying attention. So when you do sprinkle, they're actually interested because they don't feel like they're being marketed to all the time. To me, the way I look at it is I love you too, Melissa, that there's a time and place for it. So they feel respected. Like, okay, I'm on her VIP page. So it's like they've already kind of given you an intentional acceptance to market to them all day long if you want to, but because it's in the right place. But if they see the same thing on their VIP page, but then also on your regular page, they're going to feel like, okay, I'm not important. Why am I on her VIP page? Because she posted on this page anyways. There's no like importance or secret, well, not secret, but what's the word? What am I thinking of, you guys? To be special or significance of them being on your VIP page. Let's see. Exclusivity. Yes. I can't say that word. One second. So one of the things, if you're truly looking to grow your business, oh wait, Melissa says something else I didn't see. Hold on. The thing we have to be careful with though is we can't do drawings anymore. I just tell them instead of I will enter you into my drawing, that will give them some free Scentsy in Happy Mail. Okay, yes, thank you for that. We do have to be careful by saying what we're doing as far as like free stuff. So there's like kind of gray areas with all that. So just make sure you touch base on the compliance on how to do drawings. Opportunity packets and leaving goodie bags with drawing slips and sample with the cash tip after a meal. Oh, yes. I can't tell you how many people I've sponsored in almost 10 years with just people that have waited on me in a restaurant or became my hostess or became a very loyal client. You have to think about this, you guys. We can't be picky with who we think is our future business partner, whether they are going to be a partner in business, they're going to be a business partner as your host, or a business partner as they support your business as a loyal client. Anybody that is living and breathing with a pulse, you guys, is an opportunity. So I know that may sound like pressure or like kind of a lot, but when you think about it, if you're truly trying to build a business, you have to look at it that way, because you don't have a store that says, Scentsy, that they can drive by and go, oh, I need some Scentsy products, and I'm going to go and stop off on my way to Walmart and buy my Scentsy products. So we have to be always realizing that everywhere you go is an opportunity. And that's why you have to be prepared for it. One of the most important things that somebody said on a training call when I was first brand new is when you walk out the door, stop and ask yourself, am I 100% ready for business? And whatever level that is, meeting a brand new person that may be interested in joining, somebody that may end up be interested in hosting and buying your products. Could you literally provide all that information? And do you have the tools to be able to get their information back? Now, obviously technology has grown, right? And just strategies have grown since almost 10 years ago. So even having a cell phone on you is a tool. If you don't have a drawing slip, the actual physical drawing slip like Cindy has, you may run out of them. You don't have any. You guys, you have a phone. Literally say, hey, I'm going to text you really fast. What's your number? Just so I could follow up with you to see if there's anything going in. One-on-one, you guys, you can say, I have a qualified order going in tonight. And if you see anything that you want, I can throw it on there. That's creating the sense of urgency that if they connect with you by tonight or you follow up with them, you're literally telling them you're going to follow up with them by tonight. So it's not like, oh, why is this person texting me already? You're saying, if I don't put it on a party, I may have to charge you shipping. So I'm not going to be closing until 8:30 tonight. So, whenever you have a chance today, take a look at the catalog. And if there's anything you want me to throw on this party so you can get free shipping, let me know. And I'll make sure I touch base with you before I close the party. So what did I just do there? I invited them to check out what they want now. I informed them that I'm going to follow up with them before I close the party. So it's not any shock to them, okay? Doesn't mean they're gonna actually order on that party, but you're showing them how your business works with confidence. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to get free shipping. Why would I not want you to jump on this order, right? But that confidence may not be there yet. So all the things that I'm saying to you guys, if you don't feel comfortable or you don't really know how to articulate it into your verbiage yet, that's okay. All right, this is doing it every day, all day long for almost 10 years, okay? So, and I still struggle. I would be lying if I told you that every single minute I'm on, I'm thinking around. Now I literally intentionally turn it off because I've earned that. I've earned to be able to do that. But if you're looking to make a specific amount of money every single month with Scentsy, you're going to have to commit to not missing out on opportunity. And looking at going anywhere outside of your house is an opportunity, because you literally can meet your next rock star at Starbucks, or dropping your kid off at, in the, whatchamacallit, the drop-in queue thingy, Jill, the lady that's like the crosswalk lady. I don't know what the heck they're called anymore. Melissa says, legal statement, a prize cannot be offered if the opportunity to win is random and requires consideration. Oh, okay, thank you for posting that, Melissa. Yeah, so definitely click on that later so you know the ins and outs of that. So it's not really a pay to play. Pay to play basically is they have to spend money to earn their award. When you're just offering that once a month I do a random drawing for anybody I meet for some free stuff, that's a totally different situation, okay? But you do have to follow through. You don't want to create an icky situation that people see you around town and like, yeah, she told me that I was entered and you never did the drawing. Be honorable and actually do it. And what I've always done since day one is I keep them in my drawing. So one day they'll eventually win, okay? That's good to know. I don't usually do drawings, but where did it go? Oh, better to know if I consider it. Thank you. Yes. And then that's what I says, those clarification form compliance, share the email. Yeah. Thank you so much for adding that. Okay. So we have a few minutes left. We basically really just covered on the mindset of that everybody around you is an opportunity. Okay. And going out of your house and literally ask yourself, where am I going? What types of possibilities I could be facing right now? What type of people may I run into? Okay. And if you're aware of that, you can plan better. So for instance, if you're dropping off an order at somebody's office, you can be more intentional with the way you package orders. Instead of using a brown paper bag, you can use a clear bag because it shows everything that's in that order, and it creates interest, right? Oh my gosh, what's all that? What is that? Oh, wow. It creates that interest, okay? So what can that do? Could that create a bunch of people interested in wanting to order? So what will result? Your client that already orders from you finally saying, yes, I'll do a party, because all of a sudden she sees that her coworkers actually do want to order, right? Are you prepared for that? Are you prepared to give a hostess packet to this person so you don't have to drive all the way back across town just to give her a packet, or spend the money to put it in the mailbox? So you always want to try to kill two birds with one stone as many times as you can. So am I prepared for whatever scenario? If this person says, you know what, Jess, I've been ordering from you. You've been talking to me about joining for so long. I think I do want to actually join. Wait, what? What? You've been saying no for 3-4 years. What the heck? Do you have a join packet? I mean, a welcome packet in your car, ready to go? So if, you know, like you were planning on her joining, ask yourself that. Do you have every scenario prepared? All right, we have 5 minutes left. I'd love to open it up for questions. As you can see, sponsoring is a large, dynamic topic. There's so much we could talk about. I really strongly want you guys to go back and watch Scott's video that was posted, because he talks a lot about the true business side of this business, and how we really need to realize that we are in a very we're in a big advantage right now with this hyper growth, but it's not going to stick around as long as we would like it to. So we have to maximize it, but also plan for when we don't have this hyper growth with sales. And the only way you're going to really benefit is by building your team and building that foundation right now. Because the quote that he uses is that sales are money for today, parties are monies for the month or tomorrow, and then sponsoring is money for a lifetime. That's from the Mary Christensen book, Be a Recruiting Rock Star. I suggest that to anybody that really does want to grow your team. Read that book, because it is true. Sponsoring is building a strong foundation for your business. I am not the best salesperson, guys. I'm not an upseller. I'm not like a natural at that. I mean, I have to intentionally think about it and catch myself like, oh, am I stopping the sale? That's not my strength. Okay. But my strength is definitely seeing the opportunity with this business and offering it to people very confidently. But at the same token, it doesn't mean that I'm perfect and I don't miss an opportunity, because we're all human, right? So don't beat yourself up if you haven't done that yet, or you do intentionally, but miss it every now and then, that opportunity. So any questions or comments from anybody that wants to add, actually like unmute yourself and add some concepts that we were talking about, maybe a scenario that experience that you had or whatever, meeting somebody from the blue, out of the blue, outside, or is there any specific questions that anybody has that you'd like me to answer, or somebody else?
I have to ask about this drawing thing. So the way I'm reading this is pay to play. So you can do a drawing when it comes to, like, let's say you had people who came into, looks like you can do a party. If you have a party and you have people that just like show up and you're like, hey, everybody attend this party, you can still do a drawing. It's things that you can't do are charging people to do so. So you can't say like, hey, I've got 5 spots at this much money. And because in the article, it actually shows the like things that you could do that would be against compliance, which I think is great for everyone to check out. But you can still do drawings, like your drawing thing, like your slips, you could still do drawings. It's just, you can't say like, if you place an order with me, I'll put you into a drawing. So it can't be cash value.
Yes.
For things is how I'm reading it.
Yes, absolutely. Because when you think about it, we're, that's almost like a bribery. Like,
right.
You can have a chance to win if you do this. And,
right.
And then you're making them spend money. So when it comes to drawings, it has to be just, they have an opportunity to win something for free. And when you think about it, yes, that's an investment. You may be giving away free product to somebody that never ends up actually buying. That's just part of the game. That's part of gaining leads, unfortunately. So you want to be smart on your business investment of what can I afford to give away for free if I get nothing in return of this. They don't book, they don't buy, they don't join. Right. So what a lot of us that do this is we just use, just like gifts for our hostesses, we use free credit, which I know, Michelle, you know this, but there's a lot of people that may not realize that most of us, we're not going out of pocket. We use our own host rewards, free credit, half off items, whatever. With parties we're closing ourselves to use these free gifts, these free drawings for. So it's not out of pocket. We always want to work smarter, not harder, guys. This company is very big on you making money, not losing it. And when you make it, you're making it smart. You're not, building this huge stock and hoping that you sell it off. There's a lot of companies that encourage that. And there's a lot of people that are on our, in our organization that probably know exactly what I'm talking about, because you used to be a part of those type of companies and we're stuck with a lot of stuff. So,
Andrea just asked something exactly the way I was thinking is, so when you have games in your parties, because they're playing, like if you say, because a lot of people say do party points for your online games. Mm-hmm. So she's asking, can we still do that? Like they're technically putting an effort by participating in the party. Can you still give like prizes away for those who participate? I mean, if you just participate, it's not giving any money, but you are having to put some work into it.
So the points is a very clear who is going to win. When we say the person with the most points is going to win this prize, we're being very specific of what actions they need to take. It can't be random of like, oh, we don't know who's going to win when it comes to them participating on social media. The basic thing that we have to be worried about is how we handle it publicly. We could do private things, like a private drawing in our parties or whatever. But it's how you're doing it on your Facebook parties and stuff is what's getting people in trouble. That basically Scentsy doesn't, or compliance doesn't want our clients to have to work to any type of work. But if we say specifically, they do, I'm going to be honest with you, I still feel like it still contradicts, because if they do actions, they get points. So they're still working, but it's because we're clarifying who a very specific person that gets the award reward or that will win. It's not random. We don't know who's going to win. It's whoever's going to get the most points is going to be the person that wins. So they know exactly who's going to win. The name might not be known, but it's the person with the most points.
Right. That clarifies for me, because at first when I was like, no giveaways whatsoever, but it makes sense. Like the giveaways like that are fine when you have things preset, ready to go. It's not just the things you can't do, which is, like I said, again, those examples are good, is the paying for like spots and requiring them to have actions for these things, when it's just going to be, oh, do this and I will pull. So that's good to know. I just wanted to make sure I had that clarified.
Yeah. And the hard thing is that there was a lot of people doing pay to plays. Like that was the big thing with bingo for a while. It was actually trained at Superstar Director Summit. Like I never did it because I felt weird doing it and I didn't feel comfortable. So I never did one, but I probably missed the boat, because while people were doing them, they were really getting really big deals going on. They were like getting lots of sales, lots of parties booked, and lots of new people coming on. But it turns out it's what's it called? The DSA, they caught on to that, and it's definitely a no-no. So Nina says, is it as an icebreaker in my parties? Oh, I use it sorry, I read that wrong. I use it as an icebreaker in my parties and how I get to know the people in the parties. Are you talking about your drawing slips, Neens? Oh, scavenger hunt. Okay. And I missed this part over here. Okay. So like, for example, I do a fun scavenger hunt in my online parties, and everyone that participates, I enter into a drawing for a scent circle. I send it as a happy mail with a party flyer, join flyer, send of the month flyer sample. The scent circle will have a note on it that says, if you like this scent, it also comes in. I love that. I've actually seen, I get to see what she does, and if you want to be very connected and gain really loyal clients, you'll go the extra mile like Nina does. She makes sure that she's staying within compliance. So she does the live drawing, but she doesn't say what they're winning. And she actually like does it all privately, so they know who is actually being entered. They enter in privately, but then she does the whole attraction thing of doing it live. So it attracts other people saying, well, what did I miss out on? How do I get entered in? How do I get involved? So she creates the sense of interest, but staying within compliance. So she'll say like, you know, I'll be contacting the winner to let them know what they won. So very brilliantly, and maybe we'll get her on hopefully on one of our calls to be a guest speaker, and she could talk specifically about that because she's really, really good with marketing in that aspect. All right, well, yeah, we are 5 minutes over. I don't want to keep you guys longer than we have to. I just want to open it up one more time. Any questions or comments? That anybody wants to share anything or any clarification? Just remember, if you're wondering or curious, it's very likely other people are too. So don't be bashful to ask the question. It doesn't mean I'm going to have the answer either. But I'll do my best to find out. All right, my sweet friends, I love you guys. Thank you for showing up live. I hope this was helpful. We'll continue to sprinkle in more information about sponsoring, but I wanted to announce moving forward that we're actually going to be, the topics that are going to be on this call are going to be talking about what the Scentsi's talking about on the Tuesday call. So Tuesday, every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, they do a all consultant call that you can register in the training center. And so what we're going to be doing, instead of just hearing me talk all night or having just a guest speaker all the time, we will still have guest speakers, but the topic is going to be the same topic that Scentsi's talking about that week, because we want to be duplicatable. And we also, which means we want our teams to know how we find these topics and why we're talking about them. And we want Scentsy to be working harder for us and we're us working smarter, right? So then as you as leaders, as you start to do your own team trainings, you don't have to wonder what you're supposed to talk about, make up new ideas. You're following what Scentsi's already doing. And the cool thing is we're just elaborating and maybe sharing experiences, confirming that what they're talking about works or doesn't work, or how you got to the point of it actually working for you, all the trials and errors you did. Does anyone have a picture of the host exclusive kit versus the full size? If so, you can share. Okay, so I'm going to share this out loud. If you go to the training center and you click on, I'm a visual person. Okay, so you're going to go to your dashboard, you're going to go to the training center, and then in the search, you're going to type in kit. Okay, it's going to show a PDF of all the kits that we have available, and it's called Kit Contents Fall Winter 2020. You'll open up that, or I might as well share it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So when you click that, it's going to pull up, and you're going to see all the different kits. The starter kit for $99, the Hostess exclusive, the reinstatement kit, because when people reinstate, they have 30 days to buy that. And then the Shooting Star Enhancement Kit and what all is in that content. So what I do, this little tip that I do is that I do screenshots of every single one. I pull it up on my phone, and then I save it and I heart it in my saved favorites for my in my phone. So whenever I'm talking to anybody, whether it's a team member that needs it fast or whatever, or somebody I'm talking about joining, I can just text it to them. But if you are a sponsor and you're going to shoot it off to somebody fast, I highly suggest that you still tell them where you got the information, because you don't want them always coming to you for the information. You want them to know how they get there. And that's why I just showed you guys right now. But great question, Shauna, because I'm sure lots of people wanted to know that too. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Register for your all consultant call. You have a chance to win prizes that way. I also do a weekly drawing, so make sure that you look at the qualifications of how to enter, and don't forget to sign up for, or not sign up, but show up to our Super Saturday call that our upline does at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every Saturday. All right, bye guys.